It's Week 14 of the National Football League, and we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Chiefs and the Bills, and it's all up next.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And bringing them out is the rare southpaw in his 4th year, coming off his best season as a pro, Tua Tagovailoa.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning he's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
This one swung out to Vaughn. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You get a look at their key inactives for this week's game. And Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
Vaughn on 1st and 10. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Well, this defense for the Bills, very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Once more, it's the fullback hand. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You look at this defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So here come the Bills with excellent field position to get things started. They'll be led out by one of the most productive QBs in the last decade. It's year 10 for the Fresno Stater now. Here's Derek Carr.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 37. Here comes third and about a foot. Now Carr. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's fourth down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They start the drive with ball. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Oh, and a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Bourne going to go in motion left. A give to the fullback on the dive. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. You look at this Buffalo defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
And he's got some space here. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 40 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. 2nd and 10. Lazard will go in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Shotgun now for Carr. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Carr completes it, and he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. Carr. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Stopped and handed a loss by Willie Gay that time. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Up the middle, it's Vaughn. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They're returning it. Here's Hamler. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And from the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. They'll go again with Gibbs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Six nothing our score after 1. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Carr. And able to find Allen Lazard. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They'll be in search of their initial points of the contest, trailing 9-0 as they begin with a first down. They'll begin on the ground here with Vaughn. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They run with Thomas. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Carr going to throw. And that will be incomplete. And the pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
15 yards there for number 15. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now a stoppage here as we've got a bill shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return. Now Sean McDermott is going to throw out the challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Excellent job on the keeper, 20 yards and a first down. A run with Vaughn out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's a give to Vaughn. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Deuce Vaughn, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Now the extra point. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taken at the goal line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along. Yeah, they've been good with a run so far.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He'll find Vaughn complete out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Running behind center with Vaughn. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
That is caught. And he will have a Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7. Here's a handoff to Vaughn. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. A short throw taken in by Lloyd. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. But Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Carr to throw on second down. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Carr. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Davis now to return it. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On 1st down, Tagovailoa to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Tua sets up to pass it. That'll be dumped off to Vaughn, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Vaughn. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Vaughn. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Tua. This is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Logan Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Alan Lazard, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Here's Darius Davis on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Tua to try again on 2nd down. Well, this one into the hands of Vaughn. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And he missed it. It's no good. And they'll remain 2 scores back as this holds at a 9-point advantage. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these 2 teams. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. And right side, they're going to go option here. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for in the defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Buffalo. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Returnable here for Davis. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. This big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Hamler now on the return. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Here's Carr to throw. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. It's Carr on the move to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Davis fighting. He loses the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And that's what fans are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And now here comes Kansas City. Our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Here's Tua. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Vaughn on 1st and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This 2nd and 4. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that'll be caught by Sam Brown. 7 yards there on a first down. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Juju Smith-Schuster from 13 yards out. And the Chiefs are back within a score.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Coup for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Holding. Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Carr now to throw. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ball start. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Another run for Gibbs here. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Across the middle, he finds Robinson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Brought down by Jalen Thompson. Here's 2nd and 7. And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are able to extend their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. KC's offense ready to take over. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the gun now on third down, Carr. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter play. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Tua now on first down. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Throwing on second and long. Tua. This one swung out to Vaughn. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They need 12 here. It's third down. They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And returning it, here's Hamler. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Jameer Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's...
He's got him in, complete. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the give, here's Gibbs. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And that is no good. And that'll keep this a 9-point game. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. They start the drive with Vaughn. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Tua sets up to pass it. And hitting Juju on the slant. And he's got this down to the 35. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Completes it to the fullback Ham. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, the drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They'll run inside with the fullback Ham. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Bills' 4-yard line.
Vaughn will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. So the toss play effective even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score. But bottom line, they are still on top with the football. And a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
At the 28-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to. And right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. Carr. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. They showed up a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Now an important extra point here to maybe salt this one away. And it is good, and the lead will swell to 9. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Personal foul. Baseman. Defense.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. And now they're in the hurry up.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd
Now
and
Tua.
10.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 34. Got the connection here to Bourne. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Pass complete once again to Bourne. Well, the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
They'll motion out one of the tight ends. Trying the power game with Ham. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. 2nd down, goal to go.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Tua going to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
30-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And that'll move him back within 6 now. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bills ready to take over. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers. Anyone who's going to lay down a block, don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This is taken at the 15. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Bills, they move back over 500 at 7-6, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they suffer their 4th loss so far, and they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.